If you are a financial advisor or life insurance agent, feel like you're struggling with standing out in a really crowded market, feeling like your marketing efforts aren't gaining traction and you're constantly chasing down leads, well, what if I told you that there's a way to have your best conversations work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? So what is the secret? It's live stream broadcasts and podcasts. So stick around, because today on the Digital Advisor Weekly, we're diving into how you can leverage this digital asset to attract, nurture, and convert clients without spending a fortune on ads or burning yourself out.
Welcome to the Digital Advisor Weekly broadcast. Looking to boost your business with the latest trends, innovative tech, and must-have resources? Join us to discover how to successfully scale your practice and automate the process. Here to guide you is your host, the dynamic leader of Advisor Marketing Hub and managing partner at American Financial, Rob Souza.
Hey everyone, Rob Souza here, helping you thrive in a digital age. This week on the Digital Advisor Weekly, we're talking about the power of live streaming, broadcasting, and podcasting to build trust, authority, and most importantly, a client pipeline. Yep, that's right. That means appointments, something we're all looking for. And if you know a fellow advisor or life insurance agent who could benefit from this conversation, I encourage you, take a minute, go ahead, tag them or share the link to this stream right now and invite them into the conversation. In the meantime, let's get the chat going. I want you to drop a comment and let me know one of the following answers, or all of the following answers. First, have you ever gone live or done a live stream before? Put that in the chat and just say yes or no. Number two, if you have, was it a one-time live that you just hit the live button, or was it weekly, or was it monthly? Let us know. We're trying to get feedback. And while I give everyone a chance to respond in the chat, because we're encouraging everybody to get involved, that's the whole point of live chat. I want to remind you, stick around to the very end, because in today's episode, I will be giving away an opportunity for one financial advisor that will help you jumpstart your digital marketing strategy. So stick around and don't miss out. On that note, let's jump in. And we're going to jump in with a video I recorded last night. Okay, so let's be real. Traditional marketing isn't working like it used to. Cold calling, dialing for dollars, door knocking, spammy emails, expensive ads, PPC, Facebook. It's all costing more, taking more time, and getting less results. Even if you get somebody's attention, it's really difficult earning their trust in order for them to choose to do business. So the reality is, people don't buy from strangers like they used to. They buy from people they trust. And trust comes from consistent and authentic conversations that are built around common values and interests. And the problem is that I don't have enough time anymore to be able to get out there and build that authentically. And that's where live stream and podcasts have really taken over, because it allows you to show up, show value, and let your content work for you, even while you're sleeping. Now imagine having a stage where you can speak directly to your audience every single day, every single week, with no competition, no distractions, just you delivering value live streams, broadcasts, podcasts, whatever you choose, but allows you to position yourself as an expert, making you the go-to person in the industry and on demand 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Well, let's go to Nelson Ferreira to answer that very question.
This is what every industry leader in almost any niche and industry is currently using to position themselves as the #1 go-to in their industry. This is what they're doing. The first thing is that they have absolute clarity on their target market, on their dream listener or dream avatar, and they have an irresistible offer or product that solves some of their problems and gives them a specific desired outcome that they want, which essentially you're acting as a bridge for them to get that outcome and get away from that pain or issues that they have. And this is what most businesses, most personal brands, most entrepreneurs get wrong. They're just posting content for the sake of posting content because they know my customer is across all these platforms, my competitors are taking over my potential business, but they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to speak to the person. They don't know what's currently working for them to actually become that authority and that top of mind, right? This is the most crucial step and why we put so much energy into getting the right strategy into place.
Have you ever had a client say, I feel like I know you already? The vibe is there where it almost feels like there's a pre-established familiarity or friendship. That's the power of showing up consistently on video or audio to allow people to get to know you and your personality. Would you rather compete for attention in someone's email inbox or have their full focus while they listen to your voice during their commute or they watch your video at home at the end of the day, laying in bed or sitting on the couch?
Okay, Rob, but what if I don't have the time or the skill to figure all this out?
Well, that's why we use StreamYard. It's the easiest live streaming platform for financial advisors, life insurance agents, across the board. And some of my favorite highlighted features, well, let's go through them really quick. First, it's the most streamlined web-based recording software with no downloads required and hefty file sharing. Your guests can join with just a single click from a link that you can share, making it perfect for recording or for doing live interviews, which is probably my favorite feature. Don't forget guest management. So if you have multiple guests, including somebody helping you run the actual broadcast or podcast, with built-in email invitations, scheduling, and you can manage access and permissions, people on stage, off stage, all of it web-based. Super efficient editing online, records with both video and audio, ready for YouTube, optimized for podcast uploads, and minimal post-production work. This makes it as easy as it possibly can be. Also, content repurposing. You can easily turn your live streams into short video clips for social media to promote your podcast or broadcast. And how about accessibility? They have a free plan that allows you to get started today at absolutely zero cost. Now, there are some limitations, but the pro version, that's where the real magic is. So if you really want to level up your game, find a done-for-you service that will handle all of the tech, including content ideas, script writing using artificial intelligence, editing videos, and usually it comes with a free version of StreamYard Pro for you so that you don't even have to pay for the subscription. They'll help you set up the show, schedule it either as a live or pre-record and then schedule the pre-recording as if it is live, which is super helpful if you are going on vacation and would like to be sitting on the beach while your live broadcasts is reaching out and creating community and connection, allowing people to get to like, know, and trust you without you even having to show up. Now, when it comes to evergreen content, that means content that's going to live on forever. Again, work smarter, not harder. One live stream equals limitless repurposing. You can turn it into social media posts, video reels, blog posts, emails, piece things together for full podcast, broadcast episodes, YouTube content, and even full-blown master classes and webinars. For a quick insight into how you can work smarter, not harder, in the broadcasting and podcasting arena, let's turn to serial entrepreneur and content creator Gary Vee for his perspective.
Right now, we're in such a great era for creators because we're living through the TikTokification of all social media. AKA, for a decade, you had to build a lot of followers to get anything seen. Now, your first piece of content is seen by 1 million people. That's profound. So now we're in a whole different world where if you do a podcast, the clips get posted on TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels, which I think is going to start following for a bigger virality kind of gap. What I mean gap is instead of all your Reels getting somewhat the same amount of views, now you'll start seeing some things go viral, but the views you're getting are declining because they have to have those views for the virality. If in that copy, your entire Instagram Reels profile is listen to the podcast and the podcast is the default URL, and in the post-production of that Reels, there's a logo saying listen to the podcast, you're using the content that you got from the podcast to drive to subscriptions for the podcast, and it becomes a viral loop.
Who doesn't want to create a viral loop? Come on, guys. Okay, I don't even fully understand what he's saying, other than when I follow Gary's advice, my views continue to keep growing. So I'll take it at face value and keep doing what he says. And if you want help growing your views on social media, just type the phrase "let's grow" into the comments section, and we'll be sending you something completely complimentary. Stick around, we're gonna announce this at the very end. Remember, real conversations will result in real trust. Getting somebody to like, know, and trust us is 75% of the battle to be able to create clients that want to do business with you. So, why have I continued to keep asking questions of you throughout today's broadcast? Well, it's because I'm asking you to put answers in the chat so that we can begin creating a conversation and building that like, know, and trust. Because live streams allow your audience to interact with you in real time. Like, it's a way to kind of super boost engagement. And I'm telling you that even the algorithms of each of the social platforms that you go live on, of which you can go live on multiple platforms at the same time using StreamYard, because they want to keep their users on their platform, and they know the longer you keep them on the platform, the more they're going to promote your live stream broadcast or podcast. And if there's conversations going on back and forth, even after the live broadcast has ended, the social platforms will continue to keep posting and lifting your content up and suggesting it to more and more people. That's the hack of going live rather than just posting a static video per se on like YouTube.
When you are trying to generate more engagement, especially when it comes to live streams, you want to make sure that you are asking questions. When you ask questions, it gives people something that they can respond to without having to put a lot of energy into it. If I were to ask you, hey, leave a comment, then what happens in that particular moment? You're like, okay, well, what do I leave a comment about? What should I say? But if I ask a question, then it becomes super easy to leave a comment because then all you have to do is answer the question. That by itself can cause some interaction with your live stream.
This is one of the most important parts of live streaming. It creates community. I try and make sure that I interact in real time as much as I possibly can. I even have an assistant that will help me during my broadcasts or podcasts. And if I can't get to all the chat by the end of the live stream, because sometimes it's hard to multitask, this is the one time that I will stick around during the week, and I won't go anywhere until I finish answering every single comment in the chat. This keeps people engaged. And again, the social platforms will keep kind of bumping you up to the top of the feed. It's amazing how much more of a boost that you'll get by staying and making sure that you're engaging with your audience. Here's a sample of one of our mentors, Mel from StreamYard.
I'm just grabbing questions real fast. Oh boy, lots of questions in here. I'm gonna have to go fast. We're gonna do rapid fire today, I think. What do you say? Oh, that's funny. Shelby over on LinkedIn says, how do you say niche? That's the real question. I say niche. I gotta say that's what I say because that's just the way I say it. But some people say niche. I say niche. I don't know why, but I just do.
Okay, so this is our opportunity to put into action exactly what we're talking about, and we're going to jump into a live Q&A section and session. The issue with going live. And let's get started and highlight some of the questions that have been coming in throughout the broadcast on one of our 5 platforms. And we'll not only highlight the question, the user, but then I'll do my best to try and answer that question as quickly as possible. So question number 1, let's see. I'm not comfortable on camera, so how do I overcome this? Now, the only way to do that is just get started. Just get started and practice. And in the beginning, you probably won't have any viewers anyways. So just make a bunch of videos and practice and just forget that there's nobody on the other side of the camera. Okay, question number 2 from Facebook. Do I need any special equipment to start live streaming? Actually, if you have a webcam, you've done a Zoom call, or you own a smartphone, no, you do not. This is as simple and straightforward as it possibly can be. You do not need any specialized equipment. This is as easy as they possibly can make it with the existing equipment you have. All right, from LinkedIn, does live streaming actually help live streaming help convert viewers into paying clients? Absolutely, because we've structured a marketing funnel that starts people from social media to broadcast to longer form masterclass video that then promotes scheduling to your calendar. So yes, it does. We'll put that in the link below so that you can replicate that as you build out your broadcast. Okay, so do you have a structure for how I can organize and present my content? Yes, we do. Marie, if you could put that in the show notes. We do have an outline, sample outline that you can follow that works very, very well. Click on the link below. 5, can I repurpose live streams? Social media and blog posts and content. Yes, absolutely. We already talked about that. Descript. You can take one live stream, you can turn it into 10 pieces of content by a click of a button. Descript. I'll also, Marie, put that in the show notes or in the comments. We'll make sure that you can use that software. Phenomenal software. We're going quick here. I'm going to skip that one. We'll finish with this one. Do I need a team? So Instagram. Do I need a team, or is this something I could figure out on my own? Now, that's a complicated question. Depends how tech savvy you are, but you can do it either way. There are plenty of services out there that do offer done for you services, and I mentioned it before. Also comes with their ability to kind of do everything for you and even host the software for you. So hopefully that kind of, and I'll continue to answer some of these questions as best as I can in the comments section. I won't go anywhere until I've answered everybody's questions down in the comment section. So if you still have questions, please go ahead and do that. Stick around. I will answer. I appreciate everybody taking the time to do that, and we'll respect everybody's time that they spent to make sure everybody gets the information, the links, and everything else that we offer during this broadcast. The last thing I'm going to touch on is how to automate this process and the power of recycling and using your replays, and how you can create almost a year's worth of content that just can be recycled over and over again. So let's talk about the power of replays, recycling. And for me, the simplest strategy possible is try and come up with a weekly routine where you create 20, 30 minutes, you're scheduled, where you create content that can be live stream. It's a broadcast or a podcast. And then you can use other tools to pull content. You can take one 20-minute piece of content, you could recycle it into 20 different uses, as we've talked about during the show. But the biggest piece that people forget is, if you're not creating 10 to 20 minutes of new content each week, eventually your content's going to become stale and raw. People are going to feel like they've heard the messaging before. And so it is important that you schedule a short amount of time, 10, 20 minutes a week, and continue to create new, fresh content that can be recycled into your old content. One last piece of advice, which is probably the best advice I could give you. Stop starting from scratch. Content that compounds is content that converts. The more your audience sees you, the more they're going to trust you. The more that they trust you, the easier it is to convert them into loyal paying clients. So let's go to vidIQ for my tip of the week.
YouTube live streaming tip. If you're interested in doing live streams on YouTube, you should absolutely be going live to 0 viewers. Plan out your live stream ahead of time and then simply treat it like it's just a live video recording. If you give your stream a good title and a good thumbnail, it can get views long after it's done being a live stream. Let people know during the stream that you actually recorded this live, so that they know that you're starting to do these, and hopefully the next time you go live, they'll be there to join you.
I love this tip because most advisors fail to get started because they're afraid of going live and nobody showing up, or making a mistake while they're live. But remember that everyone has to start somewhere. And every time no one shows up, it's a chance to rehearse. And don't forget that your live stream will exist forever as a replay, and it will eventually begin to pick up views. So don't ever discount an opportunity to rehearse, create content. It will turn into something, I promise. And as we wrap up today's episode, are you ready to take the next step? Because getting started is often the hardest part of the success of digital marketing. And the best time to start was yesterday. The next best time, right now. Here's what you can do. Start with a simple live stream on LinkedIn or YouTube on the free version of the software. It costs you absolutely nothing, and just go through the motions. If you're already doing calls, turn them into content. You can literally just video a Zoom call that can turn into content as you talk to somebody who's willing to be on camera. Use a done-for-you service like Better Automate, where you can repurpose, reschedule, and have a team do all the tech for you if you want. You could hire a VA who can handle all the tech, so that all you have to do is just show up and talk and give your advice. And here's the bonus that I promised at the very beginning of the video. Any advisor who goes in and likes and comments, you got to comment, join live in the comment. The first 3 advisors who put join live in any of the comments on any of the platforms that we're live streaming, even if it's a replay, then I will invite you to join us live on our next broadcast, so that we can help add to getting you started with some of your own social proof. and we'll kind of do a mini video at which we can highlight your advice and allow you to be a subject matter expert in your area of service to your target market. Before we go, let's take a quick look at a clip from a previous advisor that we invited on the show and highlighted as well. All right, well, let's dive right in. All right, Kurt, so give me a little bit of backstory, because I know you, a little secret about you, 20 years ago, you started your career in the broadcast industry. So tell us a little bit about that and then your journey to where you are today. As we wrap up today, I want to take a moment and have you imagine waking up to new leads in your inbox every single week, even when you're on vacation with family. All because you took the time to go live, to launch a podcast, a broadcast, and do it consistently on a weekly basis. Clients will feel like they know you before they even book a call, before they meet with you in person. You will feel familiar with them. They'll be comfortable. And the best advice is that it will be working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, until you decide to turn it off or delete it. You'll no longer be invisible to the digital world. So now it's your turn. So the challenge is on you. Drop a comment down below, drop a comment and just type in the word ready if you're ready to get started and you'd like to get a broadcast, a podcast, or a live stream going. It's just a way of putting out there into the world, I'm committed, I want to do this. And we will cheer you on. So thanks for tuning in. And remember, you don't have to chase clients. Attract them by showing up, delivering value, and let your content go to work for you. And until next time, keep building your digital presence. And I'll see you in the digital world.